Joining us right now is a friend of this program, Intellistake CEO Jason Dussault. And Jason, Google is challenging Nvidia, and the markets really took notice of this. Are we finally getting in the AI space some real competition instead of just one stock dominating the whole market? That's never healthy, is it, Jason?
Well, absolutely. I mean, competition is important, and to be able to see these superscalers move from customers and to become competitors and suppliers is obviously fantastic for the market. It's going to lead to lower costs, faster innovation, and of course, access to AI compute. In my opinion, AI compute is the new oil, and as many competitors you can get in there, the better. Nvidia was the big boy in the first wave, but there's a lot of other players that are entering, including Google, Meta, Intel, and a number of other smaller innovation companies that are coming out.
You and I have talked about this. You're barely giving the economy right now a passing grade, and I absolutely understand that. I'm a little bit slightly more optimistic than you are, but we both agree that it's passing, it's doing okay. And yesterday we got this news from Kohl's, from Dick's Sports, from Abercrombie & Fitch via Hollister, a few other, Best Buy, that they're doing great and they're expecting great sales. Now, again, that doesn't mean everything is rosy, but don't you have to include the good news with the bad? I mean, come on.
Yeah, absolutely. The economy is always changing, and this current administration inherited a lot of issues. Inflation is sticky because of structural issues. We have decades of underinvestment in energy, shipping, and domestic manufacturing. All three of these pain points the current administration is focusing on. We need to give them a little bit more time, but it is improving. I mean, the inflation numbers in the U.S. have stayed sticky, but below the average around the world. And you never know, we might be getting a $2,000 check in our pockets in the new year to help us out through this process as well.
All right. Jason, let's talk Bitcoin right now, because the Bitcoin price, I show it every day on this program, we're about 40 grand below that all-time high. This has happened a couple of times. We've had these ups and downs. Is this a buy the dip moment for Bitcoin?
Well, I'm never going to give anyone investment advice. I personally believe in Bitcoin. I'm a long-term investor. Bitcoin is one of those very interesting, I call it a commodity, interesting commodities in the way that it's new. And there's a lot of haters out there, and it is going to disrupt the central banking system. And because of that, you've got, there's a rumor that's been going around in the Bitcoin community talking about Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan, and a lot of Bitcoin supporters actually closing their Chase accounts. So, again, there's so much fear that's been built into Bitcoin of, is this real? And obviously it is. Now you're getting the institutional support, you're getting the banks, you're getting large companies using it as strategic investment. It's a much different store of value than it's ever been before. And also, if you follow charts and, you can go into YouTube and just put in Bitcoin charts, you'll see that it does exactly this before it hits new all-time highs. So Bitcoin's here to stay. It's here forever. The central banks are going to have to get used to it. People are interested in actually owning their own money, and the future is decentralized. So again, I'm a very long-term supporter of Bitcoin, and currently I believe that you should always be buying Bitcoin, but certainly today you're getting it at a discount.
Yeah, I'm really glad you put it in those terms, because whenever Bitcoin has a dip like this, I get comments from people saying, I told you it was all phony and it's not worth anything and it's going to go away. And I just say, listen, it may take a long time to recover. Maybe it won't even hit that high again, but it's not going away. Stop with this nonsense. I mean, I heard this during the internet boom too, the .com boom. Oh, no one's going to be using the internet. It's going to be the CB radio of the 90s. I mean, come on. It's not going away. Exactly. The value of it is inherent. People get it. Again, it doesn't mean you have to bid it up to $150,000 or $1 million. That's a great debate to have, and that's what makes markets. You need bulls and bears for a market to work, but you don't need bulls, bears, and doomsayers who say it's all going to end. If you believe in the doomsayers, then just go get a safe room and sit there. Honestly, that's what you need. Lastly, Jason, I want to go back to Thanksgiving just for a second, because this is an important message that I hope everyone shares it, which is why I've been saying it for the last 2 days on this program. This is day 2. Thanksgiving is an incredibly important capitalist holiday. Any thoughts on that?
Thanksgiving is a capitalist holiday, and the most obvious, of course, is Black Friday, but maybe a less obvious story, which you just did very well describing, is that you're exactly right. In fact, the Pilgrims almost starved year one because of community farming. And through private ownership and families farming for themselves, it was a very early example how self-responsibility and ownership creates and drives prosperity. But Thanksgiving, of course, isn't just about economics. It's about getting together with your family. It's about supporting your community, and most importantly, feeling grateful. We all have something to feel grateful for. In some positions, like myself, I have so much to be grateful for, and I'm very grateful to be in the U.S. This week and sharing a meal and time and watching some football with my family and my parents and my brother. And so, yeah, it's a very important holiday, and as you said, a very capitalist holiday.
That's right. And the best thing is that capitalism taught the Pilgrims that they had to get rid of those belt buckles on their hats. I'm so glad that changed. Jason Dussault, thank you so much for joining us, and have a very happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Jay. Thank you.